Assalamualaikum to Dr. Shazali bin Shahruddin and all. We are from group BA2731A. Will present about financial accounting and reporting of Maisara all brands. The purpose of this study is firstly to identify the background of Maisara all brands. Next is to determine business characteristic. After that is to define the classification of business item. Additionally, it is to identify business recording process. And lastly, it is to find the strength and weakness of recording process.
First, let me explain the background for the business that we choosing is Maisara All Brand Enterprise. The owner capital is Normah binti Musa, 37 years old. She started the business with 50,000 as a capital. This is sole proprietorship type of business. The business is located in Lot 49 Aeon Mall, Bandaraya, Melaka. For the business activities, they are doing selling women attire and accessories such as skirt, blouse, and dress.
Now, I will explain about business characteristic of Maisara All Brands. First and foremost, registered business. Maisara All Brands has been registered with Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia (SSM) since 2019. And in order to obtain business license and advertise in Aeon Bandaraya Melaka, the company registered with Majlis Bandaraya Melaka Bersejarah. Next, sole proprietorship. The Maisara All Brands enterprise is run by a sole business owner. The most basic type of business structure in a sole proprietorship is Ms. Normah binti Musa has complete control over the management of the business. Maisara's equity. Equity is the amount of capital which the company's owner possesses or invested. Maisara All Brands' personal equity can be calculated by deducting the total value of liabilities from the total value of assets. Other than that, management and control. By owning a sole proprietorship, the owner of Maisara All Brands have a total control and decision-making authority over the business. Sole proprietorship structure allows Ms. Normah complete authority over business without needing permission from partner or stakeholders. This enables business to quickly adjust for developments and modify business plan to meet her objective. For unlimited liability, any obligation incurred by the business is directly the responsibility of the owner, where Ms. Normah may be held accountable for her personal assets in the event that the business is unable to pay its bill or have financial difficulties. Ms. Normah will losing her commercial assets and also personal property, saving or investment to pay the debt. Next, profit or loss. A financial statement that displays a company's sales, costs, expenses, and profits or losses for a given time of period, which is called an income statement. The document includes details about Maisara All Brands' capacity to generate income, control costs, and produce profits. The owner will receive the earning without giving anything to other shareholders. Lastly, book of account. Book of account refers to a record or ledger in which financial activities are recorded and organized. These books provide the foundation for generating financial statement and analyzing a company's financial performance. For sole proprietorship, it is not required to keep a proper book of account. As for Maisara All Brands, they keep receipts and invoices in source of document as the foundation for recording transaction in the accounting system to ensure the financial records is reliable and accurate. That's it for the business characteristic. Thank you.
Next, we go to Maisara All Brands classification. Maisara All Brands business item can be classified into asset, liability, expenses, and revenue. The first item is asset. Asset represent the valuable resource owned by Maisara All Brands, holding the potential to generate future economic benefits. They are categorized into two main types, which is non-current asset and current asset. Non-current assets are assets owned by Maisara All Brands that are not easily converted to cash within a year. It's further subdivided into tangible and intangible assets. Tangible assets encompass physical items like 35 plastic and 6 wood mannequin, 2 stand steam iron, 2 CCTV, 1 payment terminal, and 1 cash registration, while intangible assets include intellectual property such as Maisara All Brand trademarks. Meanwhile, current assets are short-term economic resources that are expected to be converted into cash or consumed within 1 year. Maisara All Brands' current assets include account receivable, cash at bank, which is Maybank, cash on hand, prepaid insurance, which is business owner policy from Maybank Etika Takaful and Insurance, and inventory. Maisara All Brands customers was mostly its account receivable. Together, these assets form the foundation of Maisara All Brand wealth and are essential for driving its growth and success in the marketplace. Next item is liability. A liability of Maisara All Brands is its obligation that result in their future sacrifice of economic benefit to other entities or business. Despite its strong financial position, Maisara All Brands still has liabilities such as account payable to supplier. As a retail shop selling clothes items like blouse, skirt, baju kurung and more, Maisara All Brands manage account payable for the inventory through buying goods on credit from supplier. This account represent the money owed from the goods received, helping the shop keep its shelf stock without immediate cash payment. Next item is expenses. And expenses is the cost of operation that Maisara All Brands incurs to generate revenue. Maisara All Brands expenses include shop rent, which is 9,000 ringgit a month, to worker salaries, which is Rm 1,700 ringgit a month for each, and utilities bill, which is Rm 300 ringgit a month, which fall under operating expenses. Operating expenses are the expenses related to the Maisara All Brands main activities, and it is incurred from normal day-to-day operation. These expenses are deducted from revenue to calculate operating income, reflecting the profit from direct business activities. Effective management of operation expenses is essential for maximizing profit, but excessive reduction may decrease productivity. Last item is revenue. Revenue is the value of all sale of goods and service provided to client, and it is represented by monetary worth. If revenue rise, the owner equity will increase as well. Operating revenue and non-operating revenue are the two types of revenue. Operating revenue for Maisara All Brands primarily come from their main activities such as sales. The company operates through two channels, their physical store and online selling platform. On average, the gross profit margin for both avenues total around 100,000 ringgit a month. And to reach customers and drive sales, Maisara All Brands utilize social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook for advertising and direct product sales. These platforms serve as vital tools in the company marketing strategy, enabling them to engage with their target audience and promote their product effectively.
In recording process, we will identify some topics such as how to record the process is by using the Microsoft Excel. Who record the process? The owner will record the process. When the process was recorded, the process will recorded once a month. And for what the recording process is, for money's flow in and out, for calculate profit and loss, for pay the employee salary, and for pay utility bills. Next topic is recording process. Recording process is the process of finding, analyzing, and documenting the accounting event for the company is known as the accounting process. First is source of document. Source of document is the original document that contains the detail of the business transaction. Based on our interview, the source of document for Maisara all brands business is only the receipt. When doing a transaction such as buying and selling goods to the customer and supplier, it will be conducted using cash transaction only. From their transaction, they will receive a receipt from the supplier as their source of document. Second process is journal. The purpose of journal is to detail all financial transactions of the business and make a note of the accounts that are affected. From our interview, after receiving the receipt, Ms. Norma binti Musa will record the business transaction that they have made in their cash book or journal daily. They record their transaction by double entry system method. When transactions are recorded in company journal, it is usually recorded by using the double entry system method, but it can also be recorded by using the single entry method of bookkeeping. Next is ledger. Ledger account encompasses all the transaction data need to produce the income statement, balance sheets, and financial report. From our interview, Ms. Norma binti Musa said she will prepare a ledger, then she will transfer data from their journal into the ledger. They also prepare a ledger by using Microsoft Excel at the end of each month. Transaction data in their general ledger is classified as asset liabilities, revenues, expenses, and owner equity. Next is trial balance. After completing the ledger, Maisara all brands conduct a trial balance to detect any counting error in their record and ensure the accuracy of entries in their business bookkeeping system. They begin by transferring the carry-forward amount from the ledgers, typically done at the end of each month. Subsequently, they record the debits and credit balance in the trial balance. Then they calculate the total of both the debit and credit column. And finally, they verify whether the total debits match the total credit, confirming the accuracy of their financial records. Then is adjustment trial balance. Adjustment trial balance is used to keep track of the transaction that the business or company made during one accounting cycle. So from our interview, Maisara Albran said her business doesn't make any adjustment for their trial balance. Their trial balance may not reflect certain financial events, but still provide a snapshot of their financial position at the end of accounting period. Last is financial statement. The business prepare financial statement, including profit and loss statement and statement of financial position. This statement aim to communicate information about organization, operation, financial position, and cash flow. Especially, Maisara will create profit and loss statement to assess monthly profitability and statement of financial position to accurately represent their asset, liabilities, and equity. There are strengths and weaknesses in Maisara all-brand business. One of the strengths in Maisara is the simplest and cheapest way to create a business. Unlike founding a corporation or partnership, creating a sole proprietorship is usually a simple and affordable process. Though it varies according to the state, Ms. Norma binti Musa only has to fill out a few forms with local authorities, making it quick to get permission to run her business. This simple process fits well with Ms. Norma's style of entrepreneurship. Other than that, Maisara all brand is full management control. Ms. Norma binti Musa is in charge of every area of her company, including finance, staff, sales, production, and other areas. Since the success of the business also equals personal success, many entrepreneurs find this level of freedom appealing. Owners need to be good enough at the several phases of their firm that they oversee in order to succeed. Next is profit flow from a business. In a sole proprietorship like Maisara all brands, the owner and the company are seen as one entity legally. This means the owner gets all the profit. However, taxes are only paid once and each owner is responsible for paying their own tax. Owners typically pay tax periodically like during their annual tax filing. Owners must make sure they pay their tax on time in order to avoid significant tax fines. They also have weakness in their business. One of the weaknesses is unlimited legal liability. There is no legal separation between the owner and the business, similar to how all profit flow from Miss Norma, all debts and obligation rest with the proprietor. This accountability is clearly specified in legal documents signed with lenders, known as a promissory note. A proprietor is not required to give a personal guarantee for their sole proprietorship because the two are considered the same legal entity under the law. Second is limit to available capital. Miss Norma invests her own funds into her business but face limitation on financial resource and credit availability when seeking loans. As a proprietor, she cannot sell shares in her business to raise capital, so realizing her business ideas involve risk and potential expense. Sustaining her company may require significant capital covering costs before generating profit. Working capital is essential for financial credit, sale, and cash expenditure, while long-term resources like equipment must be financed or leased. Last is backup and succession. As the owner of Maisara All Brand, Mrs. Norma bears the responsibility of running the business. If she becomes unable or unwilling to continue managing it, the business may face closure. In temporary situations like illness, she might delegate responsibility to the trusted employer or family members, while business interruption insurance can provide assistance for longer-term challenges. It cannot fully replace Miss Norma's roles in the business. Since Maisara All Brand is a sole proprietorship, transferring intangible assets to a new owner is difficult with the instinct a legal identity. Additionally, besides the physical asset like equipment, Mrs. Norma holds intrinsic value in the business, including the goodwill she has established. If she were to sell the business, finding a buyer with a similar talent willing to purchase the goodwill would be essential for making a sale.
The end of part presentation is conclusion. So, the conclusion is we can increasing our knowledge about sole proprietorship business. Besides that, we learn how this type of business record their transaction. Next, we able to know how the characteristic of sole proprietorship business being applied in real business. Lastly, it is important for us to know how the strength and weakness of the business.